Hey everybody, welcome back to Zoo Tycoon 2. We're working on Monkey Island today, making sure that we have some exhibits, and we're actually going to put in our first placed animals today as well. So we're starting with the gorillas, and, you know, something, Harambe joke, something. Let's make a little gorilla exhibit. We're going to have some water right along where the people stand. I've seen this a lot in zoos that I've been to, and I think that it looks pretty okay in the context of what we're doing here. Scatter the food around. It's very important for making sure that they're going to all areas of the exhibit, which provides viewing for all areas as well. I totally forgot to put in one of the zookeeper exhibits here, and we're just not going to be able to do it in all locations. But here it works out fine. We put in a bench, we put in a zookeeper fence thing, and we're all good. So I was looking at some of the new modded things that we have here for the gorillas to stay in, their little homes. And I figured we'd put in two of them. The one was definitely in the original game, and then these just look really nice. So I figured that we would roll with those as well. You can see that I haven't done any of the trees or anything for the place yet, and that's because we're going to kind of do those custom in a little bit. I kind of use the regular biome tools to start, and then we move on from there to placing our own to really get the place dense and populated like you're in an actual tropical rainforest, because you want it to look very full when you're working with a rainforest. Unlike some other exhibits like a desert, for example, you may not want to have it look as full as before. Now, we have obviously a lot of exhibits to do this in, so I'm not going to kind of super go into detail in those, but make sure that you have enough trees that you're covering most major spots within walls, and then just go in, and you don't even really have to pay attention to it. I don't really. I just kind of go random, placing plants everywhere. So we have Harambe, the gorilla, and then we have, I think I did Harambina or something. I don't know. If you have better names for the gorillas, let me know. I figured you all would appreciate the meme. Who knows, though. So now we have a new exhibit coming in. This is going to be the crested gibbons, this one the chimpanzees, and then this one was going to be the lemurs, but then they started giving me a lot of problems. And you'll see that in a little bit when we try to put them in. So I'm putting in our chimps. They're going to basically have the same stuff as the gorillas. It's just their exhibit is slightly smaller because they're slightly smaller animals. And I also kind of don't like just how small these exhibits were. But that's kind of how zoos work. I feel kind of bad because animals should deserve to have a little bit bigger of a area. But it's all going to work out well. It looks fine when you go down in first person mode. It just looks a little smaller right now up above. Now, I did want to have these monkey bars, and then there's some other little places for them to climb on that I want to put in here. Just because when you go to a zoo, that's what you want to see. You want to see those monkeys climbing all over the place, doing tricks, doing stuff like that. So I want to make sure we have that in most areas, because that's what makes Monkey Island really, I guess, Monkey Island. And I also wanted to save my game because I had it in a few hours, and if it crashed, I was really going to be sad. So you got to see some save action right there. Now, I completely forget what I named my chimps now that I'm watching this back. So if you have better names than what I did, please, once again, give me name suggestions down below or wherever you're viewing this video, so I can see that and make those changes in the game when I play again. Another thing here, I originally had a bunch of things set for the fences around the place, but this is stuff that can easily change. If you find that you want to put a shelter somewhere, don't have a fence that they can view the animals from with just a shelter blocking it. That's not smart. You should just move the fence and make it one that isn't viewable from, and it looks a heck of a lot better. So you can just add more plants to all these exhibits and makes them look nicer and makes them look a little bit fuller. Don't put plants on the ceiling of the elevated path. I can promise you nobody's going to be seeing it up there. Plus it just, it looks a little funky growing out of stone 10 feet in the air, but that's beside the point. So the lemurs, they really hated me. This is where they really just start to, they hated the space they were in. Now, you gotta keep in mind, I have a hack installed that removes the space requirements on animals, so I could not for the life of me figure out why these lemurs just hated being in here. They're the smallest of the 3 animals we put in. They have a decent sized exhibit, they just wanted nothing of me. You know, and I was getting some other complaints that they couldn't reach certain stuff and stuff like that, so I just went into regular mode to fix that stuff up. And I also realized that the zoo probably opened up while I unpaused for a second there, so I ended up going and closing the zoo because we actually did get one guest coming in. So, you know, our first guest, and he basically gets told, walks in, pays our money, and then turns around and gets kicked out. So I felt a little bad, but, you know, he's an animatronic dude from 2002, what do I care? Actually, when did Zoo Tycoon 2 come out? I have no idea. Probably somewhere in the 2003, 2004. I'm thinking 2003. So here we have these new monkeys. They live in an alpine biome. So it's a little bit different from the tropical rainforest. I kind of like that. And I wanted to make sure that we had it a little bit more mountainous in the alpine region. So I put a little shelter on top, but I also gave them a little place to sleep in the back corner, just in case they didn't care for the umbrella type setup. And the alpine trees are actually very nice. They're unique, and there's a lot of different kinds. So I'm kind of happy with how that turned out. I now see that we still have a tropical rainforest tree just chilling in there, and I honestly feel like I never took that out. So my apologies, I will totally take that out in the near future if I don't get rid of it here. But these monkeys are cool. They're from a mod. I don't remember what mod. But you can find a bunch of different animal mods out on the World Wide Web for your own personal enjoyment. So I'm making sure we give all these guys names. Once again, give me names down below. My names suck. I mean, Harambe'S okay, but let's be honest here, not the best that we could have. And that's really just that. So now we just have to put in different benches and areas, make sure that there's viewing everywhere, put in donation machines. You know how this all goes. We've done this a million times. The one thing I will say to make your zoo look a little bit more realistic, the 2 things that you can never really go wrong with are trash cans and zoo maps. They fit in pretty much every location. You can see we put in a gorilla statue as well. If you have a theming type entertainment block that fits with your exhibit, put it in. And it will definitely do a little bit to add to an area, especially if you're trying to do a themed area like I am here with the Monkey Island. I do think that I may go in, after looking a little bit more at this area, I think I'm going to go in and change the food court and make that just a area for some entertainment stuff instead, and then move the food along the outside so that it's not like smack dab in the middle. It just looks a little cheesy, I guess, having the, you know, give me money be at the center of Monkey Island. I'd rather it be a little bit more natural in the middle and then have the food along the outside on the water. So we'll kind of see. I'm going to mess around with it probably in the next episode, although I actually have like a lot that I want to do in the next episode, and it's going to be a little while before I record that next episode, so that's beside the point. But we'll definitely figure it out. Now, I wanted to put a tree in here. I think it looks okay how I have it set up here. And especially when we get this kind of as a center point of this area, kind of spruce it up with some plants, make it look all jungly on the inside. I think it looks really nice. And it kind of just offers another feeling like, hey, we're in a tropical rainforest. And that's kind of what I wanted to go for, utilizing those log fences again, because they just look very natural, very welcoming, very simple, but like still very nice at the same time, is I guess the best way of putting it. So once again, a lot of benches, a lot of donation machines. You're going to have a lot of this stuff. This is why I like to speed up these clips. I know I've gotten a few comments saying like, hey, longer episodes, hey, longer this, hey, longer that. But I'm kind of just like, do you really want to watch me place trash cans in regular motion for 25 minutes instead of seeing it sped up in 10 minutes? I just, if you really want to see that, I can do it. But I definitely feel like the videos may be a little bit more entertaining when you don't do that. I have no idea how that path got destroyed, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. Looking ahead to the future, I kind of want to put a bridge, and we actually do put a bridge off of Monkey Island to the back, and then off of Monkey Island to the side. And to the side, we're going to have kind of an Africa-themed area with a lot of savanna animals and stuff like that. And I was maybe thinking we even put the path in the shape of the continent Africa, and then have the animals on the inside. But I'm going to look around a little bit and see if that is going to work or not work. And then in the back of the place, we're going to have some marine animals. I've gotten some suggestions for sea lions. I want to put in some sharks and stuff like that and see if I can make an interesting looking aquatic section of the zoo. But everything looks really nice here. I'm very proud of everything that's going on. Thank you guys so much for your support on the series. I appreciate every single like, every single comment, and absolutely every single view as well. So I kind of just wanted to walk through, show you guys exactly how this all looks. Adding a little bit of elevation to the exhibits really does add a lot, as it makes it less flat, more alive. And you can see exactly how that really works here. So if you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for your support. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!